Hey, I'm going to keep this video shorter than the other one I made today. This video might upload faster because the other video was like 25 minutes long. But in this video, I want to focus on, what happens if you deny free will, if you deny that it's real, okay? And again, and I've said this before, I don't know how anybody could deny that free will is real. Like, I don't even think you need the Bible to prove it, But of course, the Bible proves that free will is real. I mean, even the King James Bible, literally says the word free will 17 times in the Bible. And of course, there's many acts of free will in the Bible, and characters in the Bible telling others to choose, and even God telling people to choose, and But anyways, look, this is what happens if you deny free will. If you deny free will, somebody really into Calvinism would. If you deny free will, you're going to have to conclude that God made Adam and Eve. You're going to have to think that God made Adam and Eve, eat the fruit of the forbidden fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, or the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? You're gonna have to think that God made Cain kill Abel, which those two things are insane. You're gonna have to think that he caused Abraham to knock up Hagar. You're going to have to think that when all those times that Saul tried to kill David, you're going to have to think that was the will of God, and that God was controlling Saul, to do that. Look, you're going to have a really weird interpretation of the Bible. I'm going to keep giving examples. You're going to have to think that God is the author of sodomy and bestiality and rape and molestation, crazy. You're going to have to think that God forced Lot to go live in Sodom. What in the world? You're going to have to think that that even look, right, because Calvinists, they believe God makes every single decision, and that nobody has free will. So a Calvinist is going to have to think that that God caused every single sin, which is, blasphemy. They're going to think that he caused every single sin that's ever been committed, and that the Father, not only that, but they're going to have to think that that God the Father, set God the Son to die for sins that God himself caused to be committed. That's so blasphemous, right? Because the Bible clearly teaches that Jesus Christ died for sinners, right? And if you just read about his crucifixion, you see how brutal it was. But if you think that God is the author of sin, then you're going to have to conclude that from eternity past, God decided that a bunch of people were going to sin. A lot of them were going to go to hell, without a redeemer, because they don't have free will, and that because he determined, according to Calvinists, that people would just sin. He would also determine that his son would die for the sins that that the father made people commit. Like that is so blasphemous. I mean, like, Calvinists are sick freaks. Freaking, it's like psychotic, man. It's beyond it's demonic. It really is demonic. I mean, like I don't know if there's like a crazier false doctrine or false belief system than Calvinism. Because, I mean, there's a bunch of other crazy like Islam's insane, right? But they at least admit the free will is real. Their Allah is not the God of the Bible, and he's a hard taskmaster, and he seems wicked himself, like just reading about him. But they don't attribute, all the wickedness of the world to him. Because, like, Roman Catholicism is from the pit, but they don't, well, actually, never mind. They might, because they might be the exception, because I've spoken about this in other videos, that John Calvin was inspired by a Roman Catholic in most of his doctrine, a guy called Augustine. So, actually, maybe the Catholics would have that in common with the Calvinists, that they just think that God, is the author of every wicked, which is incredibly blasphemous. But like everybody else that's like, the weird devil worshipping Pentecostals, like, that believe you could lose your salvation and just beg to be demonically possessed. I don't think they're gonna come out and say that that God just foreordains everything, including like every sin and stuff. Like, they're crazy, but they're not like that crazy, like Calvinist style crazy. The Mormons with their weird beliefs, where they think that you could become a god, and like Mormons believe that Adam is God the Father, which is that's extra weird. But I don't even think a Mormon will come out and say that God just foreordains every bad thing to happen. Like, Calvinism is just, it makes me want to vomit, man.